everybody, and welcome to the Disabled Team. Hope everybody's doing well. I thought I'd just do a video regarding talking about Queens Park Rangers and where they are, in table and stuff, and how they seem to be struggling this season. I watched the Queens Park Rangers held their fan forum on YouTube. I've put the link to to that thing in the description below. And I found it fascinating because basically all four people were there: the manager, the chairman, the owner, and everything else. They were all there, and fans were just asking simple questions. About the club's been going for 125 years. How's it going to go for another 125 years? And I found it very fascinating because it even touched on a fan asked about with London being an ethnic community, why haven't they been targeting the the ethnic communities down there? And they said that that they are going to be looking into it. They've paid a lot of money for somebody to actually tell them that. So that I think that's crazy, but there you go. But this is how much out of touch chairmans and owners of clubs are, because they don't really live in our world, do they? If that makes any sense. So I thought it was interesting. I really did. I thought, the idea of the fans being allowed to ask questions live. I mean, I wish Leeds United would do something like that. I really do. I think if Leeds United did something like that, I think it'd be brilliant. I think, you know, I mean, invite certain people, the people from like the bigger YouTube channels and stuff, invite them across, let them get asked the fans what questions they'd like to ask them, and maybe get one of them questions in as well as something. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just found it very fascinating. But touching on Queens Park Rangers, unfortunately, they're having a bit of a torrid time at the moment. They're currently in 22nd place on 8 points. Now, they've they're a weird side of Sheffield at Queens Park Rangers. They seem to play better away from home than they do at home. And the and that fan forum, they got asked about the amount of games they're playing, and they said that QPR, he said that he's expected to make changes. This is their manager because they've had 3 games in a week. And they've got a lot of youth that they're going to have to rely on the youth players because they've only got a squad of 17 players. So they're going to have to rely on some of their youth players. Good afternoon, Danny, mate. Hope you're doing well. Just talking about the QPR did a fan forum, Danny, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I really do. I wish Leeds United would do something like that where fans can ask questions and stuff, but because it, it just brings the community together. And I think I've put the link in description if anyone wants to go check it out. But they were honest, they were open, they replied to every question what got asked, and it were from fans like us who asked these questions. Good afternoon, Inky. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, they sit back in a low block a lot. Yeah, and if I'm going to just share screen now, right? I'm just going to show you something now. Right, let's start with where they are in table. Let's go with that. I mean, it's not good reading, I'm afraid. So, 22nd on 8 points, -7 goal difference. So it's let's have a look at the results. So let's forget about the club friendly games. Right, here we go. So they got absolutely beat, stuffed 4-0 away at Watford. They won the second game away on road 2-1. They lost 1-0 at home to Norwich. They lost 1-0 at home to Ipswich. They lost 2-1 away to Southampton. They bet Middlesbrough away 2-0. They lost 3-1 at home, and they drew 1-0 with Sunderland. They drew 1-0 with Swansea. Drew 0-0 on away at Birmingham. Lost 3-1 at home against Coventry. So they're a lot better away from home than they are at home. And I just want to share this screen with you as well, guys, if you don't mind. Share screen. So I think this will give you an idea. So if you look at this chart here, they're a long ball team. They're below on everything. The white's the average FP. The white's the average what teams are doing in Sky Bet Championship, and the blue is what they're doing. But if you look, everything's so short. You know that they're well off at mark with shots conceded, possession. Shot. They're really down on shots and goals, really, really down. And this shows you've done it. I mean, look, it's since did you see it be getting less and less and less? I mean, it's they lost 3-1 against Coventry at home last time out, and it's a shame. It's a crying shame, because I mean, if you look at this, right, I'm going to actually let's go to this one. This one, here we go. Right, so combined, right, so the blue line is ours. The green line is QPR's. We are so superior in everything else we do. The only thing we don't tend to do is play long balls. We just don't seem to play long, but we're well up on goals, well up on shots, well up on possession, well up on, we're up on absolutely everything. Good. We've conceded less goals, we've conceded less shots. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, Danny. You know what I mean? What's going on? And this, a lot of Leeds fans are going to say, "Oh, we're going to win this convincingly," but QPR are a better side on road. I think Farke might change things. Things we don't expect Wednesday. Do you know something, Danny? Right, this is the perfect game for him to send a statement and a message out to them players, isn't it? You didn't perform well last against. You didn't perform well last time out, so we're gonna change probably 10 out of 11 if we could. If we really could, we changed a lot. I mean, there were a thing, I think it was, I don't take much notice of it because it was from Football Insider, but they were on about dropping Meslier. I don't think Meslier is the problem. I think that game, it was a team problem what we had against, go on, Stuart, against Southampton last time out. It was a team problem we had. I think for front four might change. Would you try and switch Perot and Rutti around, Danny? I know you say that he plays at a number 10. I thought we were more productive when against Watford when we had Perot playing further up and Rutti playing in behind him. I just thought we looked a bit more balanced, but none of them covered themselves in any glory, not even Rutti. Rutti didn't cover himself in any glory either. And certain Perot, I don't know what were wrong with Perot that day. He was absolutely woeful. Like I said to you on just the Leeds thing, Graham Smith gave him 3 out of 10 as a player rating score. Now that's damning is that because he's only just come in. He's only been in club 5 minutes and he's already getting low scores. And as you know, Mali's not sold on him yet. Mali's not sold on Perot yet. I mean, I spoke. My dad come up on Sunday. Me and my dad had a good chat about Leeds, and he's not sold on Byram or Dan James either. But it's what we've got. I'm afraid. I'd go Somerville, left back, left wing, Rutter right wing, Perot number 10, and Bamford because he can press better. Well, Bamford can help ball up better as well, can't he, Danny? He can do a lot of things, can Bamford? I know you're a Bamford fan, and I know some people aren't, but if he's fit Bamford for Leeds United is better than a not fit Bamford, if that makes sense. I'd rather have someone like Bamford on my side than playing against him anyway. Let's put it that way. I think The only problem with Bamford is it's his injury record, isn't it? You know, that could be a serious problem, Danny. It really could. Um, I want him. I'd love to see Bamford fully fit for the season. I'd love to see it because then we've got genuine competition up front. Then, do you know what I mean? We've genuinely got competition. Yeah, but the press can mess up a low block. Yeah, well, that's how QPR are going to set up against us, isn't it? A low block, and we seem to struggle against low blocks. Struggled against Sheffield Wednesday. I remember that game really well. You know, that were awful with that game. I mean, we just couldn't break them down. We just didn't have any answers. And I guess it's like, remember what Farker says. You know, for 30 years, people have been trying to work out how to break a low block, and they'll be still trying to work it out in another 30 years. So it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard. Did you know that Leeds United's percentage of under 21s on average who's played for this season is 13.5%. You know, as average age is 24.2%. So we're pretty young. Whereas on the other hand, on QPRs, they're and then let me find it. Let me find it, Stuart. Where are we? Why aren't you loading it? Right, there we go. QPRs, their average minutes played by under 21s is 7.8%. Their average age is 27.4 year old. So we're a younger, fitter team, definitely. Um, they play 3 at the back with the ball and 5 at the back without the ball. Um, Almost agree with Danny. I would just swap Jadon Anthony for Somerville. I think Jadon Anthony deserves a chance, doesn't he? He deserves a chance. I mean, Somerville, for me, what he did, Armani, were criminal. He did run back in that first half. He should have been pulled off at half time, if I'm honest. In fact, he should have been pulled off when he come off with his injury because he didn't track that player back. He just let him run straight past him. It were awful. It were absolutely awful what he did. Good evening, Gary. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you see, yeah, Gary saying stats on the screen. He loves it. I know he does. Good afternoon, Amani and Danny. So this is the preview. This is zoom that in so you can see it. So if you look at this, right, the goal difference, the expected goal difference, the XG shot, the points, the expected points, they're on minus 78. We're on 0.44. Minus 70 to our 0.45, 54, sorry. XG, we've got 10. They've got 10 as well. They have some amount of XG shots. Points, we've got 1.44. They have 0.89. Expected points, we should be getting 1.71 a game. They should be getting 0.92 a game. It's not the first time he hasn't tracked back. Yeah, it's don't look good, does it, when he does it though, when you see it. Hey Danny, remember I am not Skyping, I am very busy in a meeting. I hope you haven't got your phone on back at meeting, Manny, watching us and listening to what they're trying to tell you in front room. You know what I mean? But please, if again, now that everyone's joined in, please check out that link in chat in description. It's the latest Qpr Fan Forum they did at beginning of week, and I found it fascinating. And I wish we'd do something like that at Leeds. I really do. I wish we'd have a fan forum. Everyone said hello to each other, which is good to see. Yeah, Lee's body clock's all over the place. So we don't. He's in bed. He's Lee. He don't know what day, he don't know what time of day it is. Never mind all else. But yeah. So look, I mean, I just if Leeds can't beat this team, I think we've got serious problems because of the form tells us that we should be able to win. But Danny says, to play with 5 without the ball at the back and 3 with, sorry, 5 without the ball at the back and 3 with the ball at the back. So it is going to be difficult, isn't it? It's going to be really difficult. We should host. I think Leeds United should host one. Yeah, definitely. I think we should. We had better stats than Southampton. Look what happened there. Good point. Let me come back to my screen. There we go. Was gonna just say the same, Gary. Yeah, we should. I think we should also at Leeds United. You know, have the 49ers there, and you know, Farker there, and Kinnear there, and stuff, and let us ask, let the members of the public asking questions. Quick question for everybody: if you could ask our board, our panel, one question, what would it be? Mine would be, why could you be, you know, can the 49ers be a bit more, you know, a better communication with the fans more than what they are? That'd be my question, because I think it's healthy when when you're all on the same page. You know which way your team's going. You know which way you're all going in the same direction. Whereas with 49ers, we still don't know a lot about them, do we? It's very secretive. It's like Masons. It's like Masons, secret Masons, isn't it? You know, to do everything behind the scenes. I get it. I understand that. But it'd be nice if they could just tell us something. Wow, an official one. They have that with the trust. I looked at a certain ranty Shirk's comments after the Saints game. A guy was calling for Farker to go, and none of them played again. And none of them play again. Worst side he'd seen and no plan. It was a bad day at office, man. He won it. That's all it was. It was a bad day at office. I don't think. Look, people are going to be concerned because of how we lost, but you know, if it were 1 or 2 individual players, or 2 or 3 individual players, I'd say, look, you know what I mean. I'd single, but because it were a collective, you can't single out single players. I mean, you can give you criticism about single players, like Rutter, you like Somerville not tracking back, for, Perot with that woeful first touch. When Rutter set him up, you know what I mean. If he just controlled that ball, he would have scored that goal. I know he would have done. Freemasons, yeah, Freemasons. Did you know Perot has scored the goals? Did you know that Perot scored the goals he has, but has missed 8 this season? So he's missed. So he scored 5. Is it 5 goals in 5 games now, or something like that? But he's missed 8 this season. But Big Mally sold on him, and neither was with Danny. They're not. Previous week, best team lineup we've ever seen. Cannot be changed ever. It was exactly the same team. I still can't understand it. It still bugs me why we put in a performance like that. You know what I mean? That has to go down as the worst performance under Farker. Now I bet even Farker is scratching his head, thinking, "How the hell did that? What for just seen?" You know what I mean? He must have done, because you can't go from beating Watford 3-0 to putting on a show like that. It doesn't make sense. There's no logic in it. You know what I mean? We wasn't lucky against Watford. We outplayed Watford. We deserved all them 3 goals. We created at Watford. We just didn't seem to start from minute one. It seemed to be, whether it were because Southampton smothered us and didn't give us any time to play out front back, and they pressed us really high, and we weren't expecting it. I don't know, but I don't know what it was. Were we overconfident? I don't think so, because we didn't play. We didn't play like we were in a confident mood. Do you know what I mean? We just didn't play like we were in a confident mood. Danny says, I said the system wouldn't suit him, and got laughed. Can we afford to have a striker that does nothing but score? Because I know people hate Bamford, but he does things no one else does. When Bamford's fully fit, yes, he holds the line, he runs the line. He could be a big asset for Leeds in this division. 100%. It's just his injury record, Danny, what worries me. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I've ever complained about with the Bamford is his injury record. There's no doubt in his talent. I mean, he scored 24 goals that season when we got promoted, 20 goals in league, and then he could follow that up with 17 goals in Premier League or something. So it was somewhat like that. You don't score them goals if you're not a decent striker, do you? You just don't. But it's just, again, it's his injuries, man. It's his injuries. It seems for now I'm just putting it down to a bad day in office. Yeah, we all have them. Yeah, I have a bad day at office every day. Inky in his house. I do. I can never get everything. I always get things wrong. Always do, mate. Always do. Just got to they've got to pick themselves up and dust off. And the good thing is they've got 72 hours to drill on it. Well, less 48 hours, because 72 hours after that game we play again. You know what I mean? They haven't got time to drill on it. So we can. I'm not saying forget about how poor the players were, or how you had wished that Farke made substitutions at half time to send a message to players by saying, "Look, you don't perform. I've got no fear of pulling you off." You know what I mean? But it was a bad day. It were a collective bad day. It were a group. It were a team bad day at office. Not in, it. None of them performed. None of them. And Farkas said you don't get called up for the national team if you're not good. I don't get these so-called fans all hating on the 49ers. No, I don't. Look, I'm not hating on them, man. I think they're doing a great job. No signings, getting relegated, etc. Then it changes all of us to winning the league. A loss against Saints, and back there you go again. I just think I'm still adamant that Leeds are going to get promoted. Still adamant that Leeds are going to get promoted. I won't going to let that game dampen my mood. Definitely not. But it is an head scratcher to why it's an if I don't think anyone can put the finger on a specific point to where it went wrong. And I think that's the hard thing to take. If it were an own goal or a calamity 1-0, we lost 1-0, and it were a stupid penalty we give away, or a mistake by a defender, or a mistake by Meslier, then I think we'd get over it a lot quicker. But because it were a group effort and a group problem, I think it's hard to just say it was because of this, or it was because of that. It was because of this, and it was because of everything what happened in that game, and it was from minute 1 to 90. We didn't have a decent spell in all of that game, apart from obviously when a strike scored. Do you know what I mean? But that would have turned and shot, wasn't it? You know what I mean? He didn't. It were a brilliant. It were a good goal, but you don't associate strike with doing them sort of goals week in, week out. We had 4 clean sheets before this game. Yeah, that exactly, Inca. Exactly, mate. It beggars belief, doesn't it? It beggars belief. Harmonie, I did say a wounded animal was a dangerous animal. Look what happens. Southampton played us off the park. They played a 4-3-3 of flooded midfield, and we couldn't get the ball. Farkas should have made changes and matched them. Yeah, I mean, again, it's. I know what you're saying, Danny, but you know, he probably felt like we had enough to do it. I think we both knew it could happen, Danny. I was not surprised at all. Overconfidence only leads to disappointment. Best to remain grounded, one game at a time. Yeah, well, that's why I'm just looking at the QPR game, Armani. Sorry, just dropped my pad. I won't be sec. Yeah, yeah, that's why I'm looking at the QPR game. I'm not looking at, any other game because you know I were overconfident. I thought we'd win. I thought we'd win 2-1. I did. I thought we'd win. I didn't think we'd steamroll them, but I did think we would win. Um, that's why I'm not getting excited until after Christmas to see where we are then. So yeah, this is why I made that video saying have I jumped the gun a bit? You know what I mean? Am I too confident? Am I? Because normally I'm no, you know me, guys. Normally I'm really not negative but realistic about stuff, and I don't get too excited. But I think what's got me excited was the 4 clean sheets, um, the way we've been run now, the way we've been managed. Um, I've still got 100% faith in Farker. I've still got 100% faith in players who he picks. Let's be honest, it's easy for us to sit here home in his chairs and with his remote controls and say, I would have done it, we should have done this, we should have done that, we should have done other. I bet you a pound to a penny, nine people out of 10 who took that job. If we got offered that job and took it, 9 of us would fail within a week because it's so difficult. It's when I mean, I were always nervous doing junior football level, never mind adult level. You've got big egos in that dressing room. You've got Ayling, you've got Bamford, you've got Cooper, you've got Dallas is back. You've got big players in there. You've got really big players who've got really big, personalities to deal with, and it can't be easy. It can't be easy. It just can't. And then you've got the added Leeds United fan base on your back as well. So it's not an easy job. Um, and the players looked tired on Saturday. That might have been because of the long travelling down there, or just overplayed certain players. I mean, I'll do my team sheet with Mali, but I'd love to see. I'd love to see Gurev given a chance. Gruev, Samani, Gruev given a chance, and possibly Gray, if or even Gray come back in. He's had a bit of a rest. You know, Ampadu had a below par game for Ampadu's standards. Maybe you're right, Danny. Maybe they are a bit tired, but didn't we have a week off from playing last game to this game? Yeah, I know it's a long way to go that Southampton. Didn't they travel by coach as well? I'm surprised they didn't go down by plane myself. I think Gary touched on that. Why didn't they go down by plane? Why did they have to go down by coach? So all those 4, 5, even 6-0 predictions, they lost some decent players and needed to bed in a few. Always a quality side to underestimate them was playing silly. Well, and also, I mean, I heard as well, Amani, that Matt, Martin were trying to he's trying to change the way they play. You know what I mean? He's trying to change their style of play, and it just needed a bit of time for it to, what's the word? To grow, and let's be honest, they shoe it against us, didn't they? They carry on like that, they will be in top 6. There's no doubt about it. If a pro player can't travel a few miles, time to retire. Yeah. I think Byron comes out as a free game week, I'd put Gurev in for Ampadu and Gray for Kamara, and Shaq's be at the left, and Ayling at right back. See, again, though, Danny, right, you've mentioned the word Ayling at right back. If this were on any other channel, you'd be getting shouted at about, about Ayling. Why are you picking Ayling for his rubbish? Is this, is that, it's other. But I think he can do a job for us if we need him. He's a good squad member to have, in it, for situations like this, where if players do need a bit of a rest and recuperate, he is a good squad member to bring in. It's a bit like Liam Cooper gets a lot of stick. He gets a hell of a lot of stick as a defender, and I think it's because he's the old guard, and these and us, the fans are crying out for new blood, they'd want all old guards to go. Now, Fark has kept the likes of Cooper and Ayling, Stroik. Who else were with us back then? Cooper, Ayling, Stroik, and Dallas. He's kept the 4 players in the group. He's done that. He must. There's a reason why he's kept them at Leeds United. There is. They have had a week between games, but train every day, so it's not resting as much. QPR don't attack, so we'll be okay for Ayling. We'll shout at Danny, but do it with love. And Danny says, "Cheers, man. I know how far to push you. Laugh out loud." Yeah, you two have known each other a very long time, haven't you? In YouTube community, you really have, and it's good to see you both actually in a chat, in same chat where you can have a good chat with each other and all. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's what it's all about. A man is laughing their head off. But yeah, it's look, I mean, we'll be all right, guys. We'll be all right this season. Trust me, we'll be all right. And don't shout me down or all, but if we don't get promoted this season, I've got confidence that we'll get promoted next season. At least that way, Daniel Farker's had a summer transfer window, knowing that he doesn't have to worry about dealing with so many outgoings, where he can concentrate more on incomings. I want to ask you all one big question, and I don't know if I'm going to get a right answer here, but out of all them players what have gone out on loan, you've got to have one back. You can't say get rid of them all. You've got to have one player back. Which player would you have back out of all them who's gone out on loan? A man is laughing at Danny. I was when I was when I am like a man, no swearing. You got the wrong warning, or you get no warning. And the man is just one of the very few that I respect. Farker wasn't given a 4-year contract for nothing. Spot on, Danny. Verba, you'd have Verba back. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. I mean, the problem is, right, and I know this is going to sound harsh, but if they come back, are they going to disturb everything what Farker's trying to do? That's the only concern I've got. But they've got, at the end of the day, they have to come back because they're Leeds United players, whether we like it or not. So it's going to be interesting to see how Farker handles the situation with the players coming back. Now, I don't know how their contracts work. I don't know, because if we stay in this division, does that mean to say that they can still go somewhere else, or is that contract just for that one season? Because I think if we get promoted, I think Farker will want a clean slate. I really do. I think he'll want a clean slate. He'll want the players who he's brought in now, and some of the players who were already there now. but he won't want any of them back. But if it's still in Championship, do you need them? Would we be a better club with them in it than rather than not being in it? Do you know what I mean? And I know Amani won't answer because she don't want any of them back. Amani don't want none of them back. I'd take and I would take Verba as Cooper's testimonial year, and I think he's moving out soon. That's the only reason why you take Verba. That's a hard question, Stu. It's not one I've asked myself. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be really interesting. Marley says Verba is very poor and a coward like the rest of them. He had a few decent games when he first came in, but then imploded and offered nothing at all. Can't argue with that, Marley. Can't argue with that. He said all the right things about being, a warrior and wearing shirt and wanting, I'm a warrior and all this and that. But warriors don't run away, do they? If that makes sense, they don't run away, do they? The only people who are loyal, believe it or not, to the clubs are fans. That's it. We're only loyal ones there. Chairmans aren't loyal, owners aren't loyal, managers aren't loyal, players aren't loyal, staff aren't loyal. It's just us. It's just us. It's just us and the club ambassadors, like the ex-players and stuff, who are loyal. But even they moved on, didn't they? Even they moved on in time. Danny says, I'd take because he can play left back, and I think I think he can play left back. I think he had to stayed. Farker would have played him at left back. Yeah, I think if Verba would have stayed, I don't think Byram. I don't think we would have signed Byram. I don't. I really don't. I don't think we would have signed Byram on. I tell you, another player though who's really confusing me. Really, really confusing me. Jamie Shackleton. He was brilliant when he first at the beginning of the season. He had that poor game against Hull. Had a brilliant game against Watford, and then had a poor game against Southampton. He's a weird. I want Shackleton to do well. I do because I don't like how he's being ridiculed by saying that he's not good and stuff like that. I don't like that sort of thing. But he probably ain't the best player in the world, but he's still a player at Leeds, isn't he? He's one player. What really, really baffles me is Shackleton. I thought you see me and my dad had an argument yesterday about. I think Dan James is all right at this level, but my dad don't think he is. Dan James is a speed merchant. I get that, but you need that in your team. Surely, you need that in your team. Shaq's has been played too much. He needs a rest, but there is no one to cover for him. Well, that's why you'd bring in Erling, wouldn't you, Danny? We've got Erling who can play there every now and again if needs be. Yes, I know he's not everyone's favourite cup of tea, but it's a player where he'd do a job for us. Let's have a read of this. Right. Did anyone see the Antiques Roadshow? An ex-Leeds player was featured on it. Played for £12 a week from 1935 to 1941. Become a general leading Gurkhas in Burma. In war, he was killed in action. That's the Leeds player. I like that. I like that, Amani. I do. I like that. And RIP to him as well. RIP to him. Dan James is all speed and no action. That's what my dad said. That's what my dad said, Danny. He says he's got no end product. He's got nothing there. And when he gets an assist, it ain't really an assist. If that makes sense. It's down as it's classed as an assist, but it didn't mean it as an assist. Yeah, but you're really nailing in for Byram and Shaq's still plays at left back. Yeah, not on millions, then running away. Yeah, you're talking about players, aren't you? Yeah, I mean, look, it happens at every club, doesn't it? It happens at every club of mine. Casados, a prime example. One season at what you call it, Brighton, wanted to jump ship and go to Chelsea of all clubs, and you get players like that. I guess. I mean, did you see that article today about Cancelo? Um, they were saying that Pep, they don't think he's going to play for Man City again under Pep Guardiola again. They're willing to take a loss on him just to get him out of club. So he must have done something seriously wrong to Pep Guardiola for that. Must have done something seriously wrong. And I don't just mean asking for more time either. I think he did something seriously wrong. I will send you the story by email. Please do, Amani. Please do, and I'll read that. I'll read that. Story stuff like that. I'm interested in. Really interested in. I always have like history, especially World War II and stuff like that. I've always liked that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, I'm not going to ask you score predictions today, guys. I'll leave that till we do the team news and stuff, team release and pre-match build-up. We'll get your score predictions then when you see team. I think Mali's going to be doing the team sheets again for this week, so that should be good. It's something he enjoys doing, so I'll leave him to it. You know what I mean? He's enjoying it, and that's all what matters. There is no loyalty in football. No one team plays like Letitia, no Matt Noble. Who else would have one player team? Who else played just for one team? Noble, Letitia. I'll be honest with you. I thought James Ward-Prowse were going to be a one-team player, but that didn't happen neither, did it? So who else is a one-team player in modern era? Well, in our era, I'm 40 43 year old. I remember watching the TCA and stuff. Even Graham so and stuff like that who were at Chelsea. They did. Blackburn and Chelsea, they jumped ships a lot, didn't they? There were no loyalty back then, really, if you think about it. Look at Rio Ferdinand. Got brought up by West Ham in their youth academy. Come to Leeds, went to Man United. Don't talk about Leeds. Don't talk about West Ham. It's all Man United. That's all It's mad. It's mad that people forget where they start from. People forget where they start their careers at, and who give them the chance and who give them the shot. I think it was Kieran who mentioned it, wasn't it? Kieran mentioned it on that late night chat with Kieran and Titch when he were on about how many players actually, English players just to play in Premier League and stuff, and it's mad, mad. No loyalty. Stu, I would appreciate you passing that to me if Amani is okay with that. Yeah, so I will link in. No worries at all. No worries at all, mate. My team sheet will be Meslier, Ayling, Roden. Yeah, I'll definitely bring Roden back in 100%. Strike. Um, so you'd have a left foot and a right foot, wouldn't you? Shaq, Gray, Gurev, Anthony, Perot, Routier, Bamford at top. So you drop for. Oh no, I know you've got Perot in there, haven't you? So you'd have Routier on wing, wouldn't you? And Bamford at top, and Perot in just behind. Oh no, sorry. You'd have. Would you have Bamford? Would you right? So you'd have Perot playing in just behind Anthony. I thought you might have had it other way around. I thought you might have had Perot playing up top and Bamford in just behind. With Bamford's hold up play and stuff to bring in Routier, to bring in Perot. Back the like button for TDT Stu. Cheers, Danny. Cheers, Gary, mate. Thank you. I watched it by chance last night, switching channels, saw the Leeds programme and medals and international cups. So stuck with it. Very brave and humble man. Was 16 or 17 when he signed. Left at 26, 22-year-old. Died when he was 26. No age, is it? No age. But you know something, Hermione? He'll be remembered a lot more than what these players who jump ship will be. Tell you. He played better on the win at the weekend. He played better on the win at the weekend just for his press. Yeah, I'll definitely send that article to you, Winky, mate. Don't worry about that. It sounds interesting. Really interesting. Bamford press is better than Perot. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Perot went missing a lot, didn't he? I think Perot needs to be involved. I think you've got to get Perot involved in the game. I think if Perot's not involved, I won't say he goes missing. He goes hiding. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he goes missing. You need to get him involved from minute one, really, to keep it. You know, to get him into the game. Let's just hope that we take his chances when we get them, because we will create chances against QPR. We will create chances. We've just got to make sure we take them. You know what I mean? We've just got to make sure we take them. See what I can't wait for team news. Actually, don't forget this press conference tomorrow at 1:30 as well. On Leeds United official YouTube channel. So um, that's going to be interesting to see how. I mean, I hope you don't get asked stupid questions on that press conference, like, you know, why did you, you know, I can't understand it. Where did it go wrong? But as you know, why did you know? I want them to ask decent questions this time. You know, I really do. But these press conferences, a lot of people just watch them for team news, team news, don't they? But I like to hear about, you know, talking about what we can expect from the upcoming game, what he think went wrong in the game, the previous game, you know, and you know, has he, you know, what's he done to react to it in training and stuff? Because they won't have had much training. I would have thought. Well, you know, they played played Saturday, probably had Sunday off, coming Monday, watch watch the videos like they do, training. Will they do a light training session tomorrow and then play Wednesday? Something like that. They won't overtrain tomorrow. Presser tomorrow. Let's see what's said. They can only ask questions they are told to ask. Well, I said that, Danny, but I got told off. These questions. I said that these questions. They submit so many questions, and the Leeds United press officer selects the question they're allowed to ask. Do you know what I mean? That's why they're always. That's why they're always on point with their answers, so they know what questions they're going to get. I think they know what questions they're going to get asked as well. Personally, you know, they'll have a sheet in front of them about what questions they're going to get asked. But they are live. I mean, I thought there were a time delay in them as well, but no, they're live. Definitely live. I've been told that they're live. So, yeah. Well, look, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We've had a really good chat. Really good chat. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Much appreciated. Really do appreciate it when you come in. It's a lot easier to do when you've got people in chat talking to you. When you're talking to yourself, Sulla thinks I'm mad. Do you know what I mean? Sulla thinks I'm mad when I talk to myself in camera all the time. You know, she does. She really does. She thinks like because she says that I repeat myself a lot. She says I repeat myself a lot, and I'm trying not to do that. And I am trying to do research and stuff and everything else. So you know, I am trying to make it a lot better for you. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching this edition of the Table Team. Much appreciated for joining us, and I will speak to you all very soon. There's only one thing left to say, guys. It's a goodbye from me, and take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and speak to you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.